Finding the surface area of shapes, really, the first step is to determine what shape you have. Also, is identifying the formula for that given shape and identifying the parameters or the variables of that shape. So let's take a look at the shape of, the surface area of a cylinder. So the surface area of a cylinder. So the surface area of a cylinder is 2 times the area of the base plus the perimeter of the base of the shape times the height. So we'll be taking a look at it a little bit more in depth. And since this is a circle, what we know is that we have 2 bases. So that's where that 2 comes from. Now the area of the base is going to be pi r squared. So this first portion of the cylinder captures the surface area of the 2, or the top and the bottom. And really, this portion right here, 2 pi r, captures the idea of the circumference. Next thing we're going to do is we're just going to multiply it by the height. So let's just keep in mind the surface area of a cylinder is 2 times pi times r. Now r is a measure of the radius, plus 2 times pi times, there's that r again, times the height of my cylinder. Now what's interesting is that sometimes you might find the cylinder is on its side, so you may have to reorient it for this formula to make sense. From my picture here, what I'm able to recognize is this is a cylinder. My unknowns in my formula are r and h. R stands for radius, so radius is equal to 10. Now my height is h, so the height of my cylinder. So the surface area here is going to be 2 times pi times r squared plus 2 times pi times r times h. Now I'm just going to simply plug in those values here. So my surface area of this first cylinder is 2 times pi. My r is going to be 10 squared plus 2 times pi times r. And my radius again is 10, and my height is 13. So let us calculate this. 2 times pi times r squared plus 2 times pi times 10 times 13 is I get 1,445.13 feet squared. Now it's feet squared because it's surface area. Now let's go to B. B is kind of interesting. So if we just simply write down the formula, SA is equal to 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r times h. What we have maybe is I have this variable r. What is the radius of this? Now, unfortunately, this gives me the diameter, but I can easily find the radius by taking half the diameter. So the radius here is going to be 5. So I'm just going to write this r is equal to 5 kilometers. Now another unknown, we have r, but we don't have h. Well, h is the height of the cylinder, so I'm just going to write that down. H is going to be equal to 3 kilometers. I'm just going to plug this into the formula. My surface area is going to be 2 pi times 5 squared plus 2 times pi times 5 times 3. And what I see is that pardon me. After plugging this into my calculator, what I get is that the surface area is going to be 1,822.12 kilometers squared. Now you may want to try these calculations out on your calculator, just to make sure that they work.